All right, guys, welcome to another Outbreak Outlook. The train is rolling here. Severe weather is ongoing. We got a busy day ahead. Let's get right into the outlook.
Time now for our outbreak setup.
All right, guys. So, what do we have going on today? We have an enhanced risk of severe storms in the Ohio Valley. Now, remember, yesterday was a high risk. Today is an enhanced risk, so a little bit less. This is a 3 out of 5. Yesterday was a 5 out of 5. So, today is going to be a little bit less widespread and possibly a little bit less severe on the scale. But that does not mean that we're not going to see some pretty strong storms today. So, what are the areas that we're looking at that are kind of in the highest risk? We got parts of Indiana, parts of Ohio, parts of Kentucky. The cities that are included in this: Indianapolis, Indiana; Columbus, Ohio; Cincinnati, Ohio; Louisville, Kentucky; and Chicago, Nashville. You guys are in the slight risk. Toledo, Ohio; Ann Arbor, Michigan; Clarksville, Tennessee. You guys are all in the slight risk. We have a total of 12 million people in the enhanced risk today, 15 million people in the slight risk, and 71 million people in the marginal risk. So a pretty widespread outbreak today, and we're looking at maybe tornadoes. Right, we could get some tornadoes. This is a 10% chance, so a pretty strong chance, of a pretty good chance of seeing some tornadoes, and there could be some strong tornadoes from Indianapolis to Columbus to Cincinnati to Louisville. We got a decent wind threat and a decent hail threat as well. I think the biggest threat probably today is a couple of tornadoes possible. Now, let's get into the timing. And first, before we look at the future radar, I do just want a quick look at what do we got going on out there currently. We've got a line of storms right here. It's about to move into Cincinnati, and then it's going to push its way into central Ohio. Those are going to dissipate as we go through the day. This is not the main event. You could get some pretty nasty storms out of this with some strong winds and some lightning, but these storms are just the first salvo. This is just the opening round, and we have another round coming behind it. I know you guys don't want to hear that, but that is we've got two rounds of storms that are going to be probably possible, if not likely. So what's going to happen today is after this line moves through, this is one model that we're going to look at. This is a future radar and a possibility of what's going to happen. So I'm going to pause this here at 1 p.m. You can see that line of storms is continuing to move through portions of Ohio. This is 2, this is 3. And as that line pushes off to the east, it's going to dissipate. It's going to slowly kind of dissipate. But look, behind it, there's going to be some scattered storms that form. And so that's really, this is about 7 p.m. tonight. We may have we'll have storms ongoing in Indiana, and then we'll also have some scattered storms ongoing in Ohio. So this is going to be it won't necessarily be an incredibly widespread threat. We're not going to see a ton of storms, and storm coverage might be scattered. But as we go through the night, this is 9, this is 10, this is 11, probably from about 7 to about midnight is when we're expecting these storms to move through. So anyone really in Indianapolis, Indiana, in Columbus, Ohio, in Cincinnati, Ohio, in northern portions of Kentucky, that's when these storms are going to move through, anywhere from about 7 p.m. to about midnight. And we could especially look at this. This is 11 p.m. tonight. We could have some pretty nasty storms ongoing and a decently significant tornado threat. So regardless, guys, tonight, thank you for joining me once again. But tonight, take this seriously. This is a definitely a possibly a dangerous day, but it's not time to panic. It's time to prepare. So just have a plan. If you do get a warning tonight, and have a plan of action just in case you do get a tornado warning. And if you do get that, make sure you go to the most interior room of your house, preferably a basement. I know people in this part of the country probably have basements. If you don't have a basement, go to a bathroom or something else with no windows to the outside. But once again, don't stress. This is not everyone's going to get hit with these storms. Some will, some won't. And I'll be tracking it. I'm going to be live today. Stormcat 5 is going to go live at some point this afternoon, evening, probably around maybe 5 to 6 p.m. And I'll make sure to keep you guys updated on my socials. Thanks again. Thanks for tuning in. Stormcat 5. Peace out, Seacrest. I'm out.